What is it, Ringo? What is it? The water? Is it water? Good girl.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean. What's up, Wikimaniacs? My name is Josh Shell, host of Friday Am I the Asshole episodes here on Reddit on Wiki. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, John Consignato and Sean Salvino. What is up, my friends?
Finger guns.
Are you guys also
I'm
dying?
gonna run and turn on the fan.
Classic. This
Something
is a classic.
that John didn't have.
Are you guys dying of heat where you are, John?
I am currently because my AC was broken and it's taking its time catching up and I am dying
Wow.
slowly.
Sean, probably the same answer. What's the heat like over there for you?
Oh, absolute ass. I think out of all the days in July so far, we're on July 20th. I want to say we've had maybe 9 days below 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Holy shit. That's nuts.
108 degrees Fahrenheit over here.
Holy.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's 104 Fahrenheit here right now.
Ooh.
You know, I almost couldn't take the dog sledding earlier.
Fuck you. Call us in December, Josh.
Yeah.
You're pasty and like you can't feel your cuts.
I am actually like tannish now. It's really hard to tell with this lighting, but
We believe you.
yeah, I'm better than I usually am. So, you know, and my scratches are healing from Ringo. So that's good.
Hey, at least it's not taking like 6 months this time around.
I'm not kidding when that happens. It takes forever.
Oh, I know you're not kidding.
Wait, what?
If I get a scratch in like December, it takes until like March or April to heal.
Why? Canada? Is that a Canadian thing?
Just like lack of vitamin D, I think, right? Something like that.
Jesus. There are supplements.
There are, and I take them. But
Oh, no.
yeah. Anyway, today's episode is a special one because it is entirely listener submitted Reddit stories. So they're not listener stories, but they are Reddit stories that listeners have sent in. We had a ton of them piling up in our Instagram inbox, so I figured we'd just do a whole episode on them. So on today's episode, we have a woman who thinks her husband is too close to his sons, a brother who wants to take care of his sister, a father who only wants his children to know one language, a wife leaves a toast that her husband gives, a truth or dare game goes wrong, and then for our Patreon exclusive story, we have a father-daughter fishing trip that gets canceled. So if you want to hear that last story and get ad-free episodes, head on over to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network and sign up today. We have our first Patreon goal actually in our Patreon now. So once we hit 50 patrons, we're going to be doing monthly merch giveaways. We've got some new merch coming hopefully in August, I think. So if you want to, enter in for merch giveaways every month, sign up for a Patreon. You get those ad-free episodes as well as bonus stories, and you might get merch once a month.
Yes.
So you get put in that raffle no matter what tier you're at?
So $10 get 2 entries, and then $5 tier gets 1 entry. So bumps those people up to $10 for you, Sean.
Hey, little life hack, Wikimaniacs. You Venmo me 25, I'll just send it your way. I'll rig it. You better believe it.
Sean's just sending everyone merch. Sean, we're just a business now. We're now just making shirts and selling them to people.
Yeah, but I get 100% of the profits.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
What a
plan.
shady fucker.
Yeah.
Although it is pretty sad that you get to, if you listen to ad-free episodes, you get to miss Sean's perfect readings of our ads.
That is true.
I've only done one. We'll see if the other ones are just as good.
That Manscaped ad is
that
perfect.
Manscaped ad was prime. The way he just put daddy like out of nowhere.
Cool as a cucumber. Is that what you said too? Or something like that?
Keepers cool, cumber cool.
Something about like the sack in the end too.
Yeah.
Perfect pack for his sack.
It was beautifully
Sorry,
done.
patrons.
So if you're a patron and you just want to hear the ad, go check that out. But
Go to like Spotify or
Yeah.
Apple Podcast.
just to hear the ad. On top of that, if you're a returning listener, please consider giving us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or why not share the podcast with a friend? And like I said, today's stories are all listener submitted. So if you have a story you would like us to cover, either your own or a Reddit story, you can send it to us via email at redditonwikipod@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at redditonwiki. Links to everything I just mentioned are in the show notes. And special announcement before we kick the show off. So
What are we announcing?
next week, from when this episode releases, so like 3 weeks from now, however that math works, we are going to be turning one officially. Reddit on Wiki is going to be 1 year old, which is
Wow.
super hard to believe that it went that quickly. So to celebrate that, we are doing a live stream over on our YouTube channel on August 10th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
So
Or
6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you're not in America, well, no, I'm just kidding. We have a lot of international fans, and you guys
in America.
We're sorry.
always comment on the YouTube, and we love you.
But we will. So what I'm going to do is so if you happen to not be able to make the live stream, no worries. I'm going to be editing it down and making it a full episode for Friday, probably the week after, I think. So if you miss it, no worries. You'll be able to hear no matter what. So if you want to hang out with us, have a fun time, tune in August 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hang out with us for a few hours. We're going to be reading some Am I the Asshole stories, some Reddit stories, and just getting everyone's take on them. So it should be a good time.
You get to objectify Sean live.
You can objectify Sean
Don't do
live.
that.
Yep.
Don't give me hope.
Do it.
Don't give me hope.
Live. Make him uncomfortable. Make him feel like a Nick Miller.
There's nothing that Wikimaniacs can do to make me feel uncomfortable.
Oh,
My home
say.
address.
Challenge accepted,
My home
Wikimaniacs.
address is.
Just doxes himself. Yeah. So without further ado, let us hop into the very first story for today. Am I the asshole for not treating my wife like an equal partner by telling her she has no say in the way I bond with my son and also calling her homophobic?
Ooh.
This one was listener submitted, like I said, by Kieran over on Instagram. So thank you, Kieran, for this story. Any thoughts before we jump in?
Definitely want to always treat your wife like an equal, but also if they're homophobic,
They're homophobic. They could get it.
That's probably, they should probably not be your wife.
True.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. All right, let's hop into it. When I, 37-year-old male, was 17 and got my then girlfriend, 16, pregnant with twin boys, her parents didn't want the babies to ruin her future. So they said I either had to take them or give them up for adoption because she was not raising them. I wanted to give them up, but my parents told me not to. I don't know if they mean give them up by like
For adoption?
abortion or
Probably, yeah. It sounds like for adoption.
When I hear give
Oh,
them
yeah,
up, I
sorry.
think of adoption.
either take them
Yeah, same.
or give them up for adoption. Yes, sorry. For the first 7 years of my boys' lives, I didn't act like their father and was more like a big brother. They knew I was their father though, but we never bonded like father-sons. When I was ready to move out, I wanted to do it without them, but my dad let me know it was my responsibility, so I had to take them. I didn't want to at first, but I'm glad it happened. We started bonding as father and sons. I started loving them and their love for me increased. I remember the three of us would sit on the couch to watch movies. One would sit on my left and one would sit on my right while I wrapped my arms around them. They'd put their head on my chest and I often kissed their forehead. We've been doing this since they were 7. That's sweet. That's nice.
That's sweet.
You know,
Seems like a good dad.
yeah, that's a good dad.
Kind of weirded out why he didn't want to take them when he was moving out at first.
I mean, he's young, right? He
Sounds
probably
young.
was
He probably
like,
just
Yeah.
wants to experience
late
life by
teens.
himself or some shit.
That's kind of shitty to just leave that burden to the parents, though. So
oh yeah, that would have been shitty.
For sure.
But it sounds like his father straightened him out.
he sounded like he became a good dad afterwards.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's a good learning lesson for him. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's making up for past wrongs, I think. And not even wrong. He did take them. So it wasn't even like he did anything wrong,
Yeah.
technically. So I met my current wife 5 years ago. My kids were 15. We married 3 years ago after welcoming our daughter, who's 4 years old now. She saw me doing this with my kids when we watched a movie and never said anything. I guess he means like wrapping arms around them, whatever. My kids are no longer living with us because they left for college, but they come to see me every now and then. My boys are now 20, but they still like to put their heads on my chest while I wrap my arms around them. They do this every time they visit and I'm watching TV. My son Liam visited me 2 weeks ago. He came out to me as gay and introduced me to his boyfriend. I don't care how my kids live their sexuality or who they love. I love them no matter what. I just want them to be happy and I don't feel any different. And it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable to hug or kiss his forehead, but it seems that my wife is a little uncomfortable. My son visited me again last Wednesday. This was the first time he was officially out. So out of the closet. I was watching Red, great Toronto movie. Have you guys seen Red yet?
Wait,
No.
is that the Disney one?
Yeah, it's based in Toronto.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Isn't that
Is it
Turning
Seeing Red
Or see?
or Turning Red? Is it Seeing Red or Turning Red? I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
Red movie. Maybe I'm wrong. Ignore me.
Hey, but also that's a great movie. Turning
It
Red.
is a great movie.
It's a great movie. I think Red's like the one with Bruce Willis, I think.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a good movie too, but it's wildly different. They're like killing people.
Not on Disney Plus.
Not Turning Red, not on Disney Plus. No. So I was watching Red with my daughter. She was on my left. Then my son Liam arrived. He was tired and sat on my right, put his head on my shoulder while I wrapped my arms around them. Then I kissed his forehead and said, "Good to have you back, buddy." We went to sleep, and the next day my wife told me that it made her feel uncomfortable, me hugging and kissing my son, and asked me not to do it again. Well, she doesn't mind me doing this with Lucas, my other son, who's straight. She doesn't want me to do it with Liam. I told her she had no business being in my relationship with my sons. I also called her homophobic. She accused me of not treating her like an equal parent to my sons. Thus, I said, "That's okay because you're not." My brother says I should...
Burn!
Talk
Get
your
it!
shit.
Got
Let's
him.
go.
My brother says I should understand because this is a big change for her, a son coming out. But seriously, think there's nothing to get used to. This isn't either her nor my problem who my son loves. So am I in the wrong?
Hell no.
Hell no.
It's weird that she is making it something more than it is. Like you've been doing it for
It
all
is.
their life, and she's okay with you doing it with your straight son. It's very clear that she's being homophobic.
Yeah, something I've never understood is like people who are ignorant to like LGBTQ ideas are like, oh, if you're gay, then you fucking like all of it. It doesn't matter. Like
Right.
gay guys are attracted to every single man. They're not. They're fucking
Yeah.
not. Of course not.
I mean, the people
and then
spouting
also,
that,
oh
definitely
yeah,
not
and
you.
then also your fucking family. Oh yeah, they're gay. They even like their family members. That has to be like what?
Yeah.
I remember a band I used to like in the early 2000s. They're still popular. I'm a fucking stupid hipster and I only listen to the early stuff.
Simple
but Tegan
Plan.
and Sarah.
Oh, Tegan and Sarah.
I mean, okay. Fun fact: Simple Plan was the first album I ever bought with my own money.
that doesn't surprise me.
But Tegan and Sarah, I remember when I was like in high school or whatever, and that's like late 2000s. People were still like, "Oh, are Tegan and Sarah like a thing? Because they're both lesbians." I'm like, "No, fucking weirdo, they're sisters.
you
What
fucks.
the fuck are you talking about?"
Jesus.
It's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, it's gotten to this level where like I don't want to make this political, but it's gonna be. But a lot of the right wing has like corrupted it into being like this weird, and maybe not right wing people, but right wing media anyway has corrupted it into being this like this taboo thing where if you're gay, you're automatically perverted, like you're doing perverted things. And that's why you can't talk about it around my children. You can't talk about it at schools, and because then the children will be perverted. And it's like, what do you mean? What if I talk about like I'm dating a woman, that's not perverted. But if I say I'm dating a man, suddenly that's a perverted thing. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing here?
Also, media everywhere is fucking perverted, no
Yeah.
matter what your sexuality is. Fucking,
Yeah.
you seen Euphoria? There's fucking boobs and ass and dick everywhere.
So actually, we were recording one day, and Sienna started watching that, and I came up, and I'm looking at the screen, and all there is just a bunch of dicks on the screen. I was like, "Oh, you're having a good night without me."
I walked out one time and she was like, I guess it was my wife was watching in the middle of like a sex scene. I was like, is this porn? Is this straight up porn?
So Sean continued to watch. He was like, "Well, I got to see how this plays out."
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm not just going to let you watch this by yourself.
Some high quality shit.
Yeah.
Some HBO shit right there. But yeah, it is just ridiculous how people pervert things. And then like, it's not a weird thing to kiss and hug your children, like no matter what age they are, no matter what their sexuality. So this mother is way out of pocket for telling him to stop. Like that is just,
Yep.
that's something
Also-
she needs to deal with, not him.
Yeah. Also, in other countries, is it not a thing to just like straight up kiss your homies on the cheek and shit?
Yeah.
Like he's kissing them on the forehead. It's not fucking intimate.
No, exactly.
Besos, baby.
What?
Besos. Like if you cheek to cheek, like
Oh,
that's
yeah,
Is
besos.
that what it's called?
Yeah.
Nice. Going to Greece in September. So I think they do that there a lot.
You'll come back tan.
I'll
I know,
come back
right?
to maybe or
Damn,
burnt.
Josh, we're gonna be traveling. We're gonna be traveling around that time, huh? Sean's gonna be running the show by himself.
Yeah. Just Sean here.
Yeah.
It's
That's it.
This is
Show
my
ends.
intro. For the 40th time, it's your boy, Sean.
I'm an asshole.
Also, it's the outro. All right.
Somehow that was the longest yet shortest episode I've ever listened to. So yeah, you're definitely not the asshole. Your wife is 100% the asshole. She needs to either figure out her repressed homophobic behavior or get the fuck out, because that's not going to fly.
I don't think what he said was out of pocket. He said like, yeah, you're not my equal with my kids. I'm going to treat my kids like I want to treat my kids. If I want to hug my kids, I'm going to hug my kids. If I want to kiss my kid, I'm going to kiss my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs to sort out her own shit.
I agree. All right. Moving on to the second story. Am I the asshole for refusing to help out my mom and her husband for household costs? And this one is listener submitted by Diana. So thank you, Diana, for this story. I don't know why I blanked on that. Fuck. Maybe
Fantastic.
I must have COVID. Jesus.
COVID brain.
So I'm 29 and in a good place financially. I have a 13-year-old sister who lives with my mom. She has decided to marry her new husband about 6 months ago, who has 5 underage children that he cares for. They all live in a house now, 6 kids aging from 5 to 14 and 2 adults. That is way too goddamn many kids. That house is a nightmare because of all the chaos and noise, but that's an entirely separate discussion. Her husband has lost his job to his employer going bust and is struggling to find new employment. This means their budget is now very, very tight, as 8 people need to live off one income. My mom asked if I could help them out a little, and I've offered to help out by taking care of my sister. I told my mom that I'm happy for her to come stay here whenever she wants to. I'll feed her and buy her clothes and other things that she needs. That should free up some money for their budget. That's a pretty
a good compromise.
Yeah, not bad. She was initially very supportive and wanted me to do it, but later told me that her husband disagrees and says if one child has outside help that goes solely to her, that undermines the idea of that we're all in this together, and instead asked me to give them the money that I would have spent on my sister to them so that they can use it for the entire family. I told them that I wouldn't do this, but my offer still stands. My mother later kind of complained that my help is coming with strings attached, and I told her I don't think that I'm being unreasonable here. For one, it's not really my responsibility that she decided to marry someone with 5 children. Caring for that many children is expensive and something she should have considered, and my offer to take care of my sister should help them out. But my mother thinks I'm being very selfish and for not considering the other 5 innocent children who are struggling and insisting that my help should only go to my own sister. I was kind of surprised she thinks this way, but I've been wondering that maybe I'm being unreasonable. So am I the asshole?
No, I don't think so. Like, you already came in with a situation that, even though you said you're like financially well, at the end of the day, it's not your responsibility for other people's lives. With that said, you still went out of your way and said like, hey, let me take some burden off of you and let me take my sister in, and I'm gonna help them out financially in that way. So you can allocate all the other funds to make sure the other kids are taken care of and your household is taken care of. That in itself is altruistic enough as it is. And for the parent, or for the dad or the husband to put that burden on her, when ultimately it's those two's responsibility to make sure the household is good. That's not on the OP at all.
I agree with most of what you said there, John. Or I agree with all of what you said, actually. I don't know why I said most. Usually it's not all. So I'm just like,
I do say some out of pocket shit sometimes. I don't blame you.
Stupid pun or something that I'm like, I don't agree with that. But you're right. Like, you're offering to help out in the way that you feel comfortable with, and that you feel you know exactly where your money's going. You know exactly how you're helping out. And for me, that would be nice, because then I would be like, okay, I know what I have put into this and I know exactly where that's gone. If you're just funneling them money, that could give like a different connotation where they're just relying on you for money then. Mm-hmm. Where this, it's like you're helping them out in a way where you are spending money, but it's not like expected money. It's not like an expected amount of money that they expect every month or something like that. Yeah. And so you're giving them, I think, a very nice gesture in offering to take care of your sister, who, I mean, you don't have technical responsibility, but you feel responsible for your sisters and brothers and stuff like that. I get that. So yeah, I think you're absolutely not the asshole or in the wrong. Like, you seem like a very nice person for taking care of them, or offering to take care of your sister.
Sean, I hope you don't mind. I have another point before you go.
No, go for it.
Also, I hate the term beggars can't be choosers, personally. I really hate that term. Yeah. But in this case, I think it's kind of in the right. Also, I did kind of wanted to know a little more context about like what the culture is of that family. If it's Western, I can see why like that could be a little more like, oh yeah, that's okay to do. But if it's more of like an Eastern culture, or like an Asian culture, I can see why the mom and the husband are just like, oh, you're not being a family oriented person, because that's so much roots when it comes to like Eastern culture has to do with like you have to take care of the family. So I kind of want to know like a little more context on that part. Just like trying to still weigh every options. I do not think she's an asshole at all.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't even consider that, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So thank you, John. What about you, Sean? Any takes?
Yeah, I mean, I agree pretty much exactly. I'm just like, why is everyone fucking roasting the person giving the money? The same amount of money is being given. Roast the wife if she doesn't want to share it, I guess. But I'm sure if it's that important, the wife is going to spend it on the kids. I don't know why the husband is so adamant about him getting it. You know, it kind of gives me like red flags, because either way, the money is going to your family. Yeah. You know, unless you don't trust your wife and think she's going to be selfish with it, then there's no reason to really fucking throw a fit, in my opinion. So
the money's not going to the wife, right? It's going to, she said she'll just like feed her, like the sister, and take care of her and like buy her clothes and stuff like that. So in her scenario, there's no money being transferred between her and the parents. She's just, you know, providing for her sister rather than just handing them money. So, but you're right. It is a little weird that he's like, no, we need the money. Like, give us the money.
Yeah. I mean, if she's buying the sister food, I imagine the sister is sharing said food. I mean, I'm sure she's not buying like the groceries for the whole house, but the groceries that the sister needs will also probably, you know, take a percentage.
So she doesn't live with them.
She's on her own.
I'm confused what the fuck is happening. Maybe I wasn't listening.
Yeah, she's on her own. She was just going to take in one of her, like her sister.
So she lives on her own in her own like apartment or house or something like that.
Yeah.
And then she was going to like take care of the sister when they needed her to, and like feed her at her own house and give her clothes at her own house. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still with y'all though. Yeah, she doesn't have to give shit. So
yeah,
I don't know.
She didn't have to give shit to begin with. I think that's like what every one of us agrees on. So
yeah, she's doing it out of the kindness of her heart, and she is doing it like as a gesture of, hey, I'll help you out financially in a way I feel comfortable. And them being like, no, that's not enough is kind of fucked up.
And a bigger shout out to the OP as well, because even though like the husband berated her saying like, yeah, what you're doing ain't shit, she's like, okay, cool. Well, my offer still stands. I'll still support my sister. So that's big shout out to OP on that end.
Absolutely. So definitely not the asshole. I guess the parents are kind of assholes, but even then I get they're in a hard position.
Yes.
But like take help where you can get it and be grateful, I guess. Like it's not like
it's understandable why they're panicking, because it's like that is a lot of mouths to feed. So.
It is. And I understand it 100%. Losing your job sucks. So I feel they're probably just stressed out and probably taking it out on her unfairly. So just a kind of a shitty situation rather than them outrightly sucking, but not the asshole. So moving on to the third story. Am I the asshole for not wanting my potential future child to learn 3 languages when my other kids only know 1? And
yes. Yeah, dude. Yeah, let me limit my child's employment and like fucking skills in life just because my other kids are dumbasses.
My one kid knows math, and my other kid doesn't know math, so they're no longer allowed to learn it.
So my 3 older kids can't read, so I'm just, not going to allow my youngest child to read, because that's crazy.
As someone who speaks 3 languages, it is such a beneficial thing to
flex on them, John.
Oh,
Wow.
Let's just hear about it. Which languages? Let's hear it.
Well, I speak English, and then Tagalog.
Well, thank you.
There's a dialect in the Philippines that has nothing to do with Tagalog whatsoever. It's based on the region you're from. It's called Kapampangan, and I'm fluent on all 3.
That's really cool.
Damn.
Nice.
I barely know English.
Same. You hear me stutter my way through these stories? God damn, if I didn't edit it to sound coherent, you guys will hear it in a live show. You'll be like, what am I listening to?
Wow. This show actually kind of sucks without Josh editing.
These guys suck.
And you should appreciate Josh's amazing editing skills.
I had to get good because I'm terrible at reading. So
get good, Josh. Get good.
Oh, before I jump in the story, sorry, this is listener submitted by Elizabeth. So thank you, Elizabeth, for submitting this.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
I think they've sent in multiple ones. I don't want to confirm that, but I think they've sent it in one before this. So
awesome, Elizabeth.
Either way, thank you for sending this one in. So I am from California, but I am an expat and have been living in Germany for the past 15 years. I'm a male, 35. I have 2 kids from my first marriage, a 15-year-old girl and 10-year-old boy. They live with their mother in California. I don't have full custody and they visit me for the summer. I have a girlfriend, Lena, 32, and we've been together for a few years. She's also an immigrant from another country. We've been talking about potential future children, and she said that she would want to teach them 3 languages from the very beginning, that it would be beneficial for them. I asked how she wanted to do it, and she said I would speak to the child in English, she would speak to the child in her native tongue, and the child would pick up German from surrounding kindergartens, babysitters, etc. I don't know why it doesn't say where she's from. That's her native tongue.
Maybe there isn't a lot of American and
He probably can't pronounce it.
other country in, or that.
Maybe. Other tongue just sounds funny. It just like she's what's the Game of Thrones one I'm trying to think?
Dothraki.
Dothraki. She's Dothraki.
Never watched it.
You never watched Game of Thrones?
Gasp.
No.
That's okay.
I mean,
don't watch the last season, please.
Yeah, I didn't. I avoided it.
Good. Don't waste your time.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a whole tangent. Sorry. That's just what native tongue made me think of. I told her it's a ridiculous plan and that it would just confuse the child. She argued that on the contrary, stability is the key, hence one parent, one language. Apparently, it's a known method. I told her that it's not something I would be comfortable with because it's confusing for a child. It's a lot of effort. The child would speak languages I don't understand, and that child would have a harder time bonding with their half siblings. And that it would be unfair for my other kids who only speak one language.
This guy
This
sucks.
guy's garbage,
I'm
bro.
sorry. This guy fucking
my
sucks,
God.
dude. She says it's a study apparently, but I'm not gonna look into it because I'm a fucking alpha male. You better believe it. They're only speaking English to me, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, pick up Rosetta Stone yourself, fool, so you can bond
Yeah.
with your child. Don't put that burden on
Yeah.
a child not to learn shit. Fuck out of here,
Yeah,
man.
why don't you fucking learn it?
So he
Idiot.
does in brackets before this. Sorry, he did say, I admit I don't speak German nor my wife's native language. Yeah, you can
No shit.
pick that up.
Even if
Like-
it's just phrases, like it's
Yeah.
fine.
Plus, what is it? I don't understand how, like, they will know English. So they will
Yes.
still be able to communicate with you and your wife and,
the stepkids.
well, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, but
well, not step half,
half brother
brother.
and
Yeah.
sister as well. But I was also going to say, like, where you live, they'll be able to understand and talk to the people that are in the community, which
Yes.
is very important to a child developing. So that is a wild that you would try. Sorry, you got me off on a tangent, but
Now you're good.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
what? So they're going to pick up at least 2 languages, right? Either your wife's or yours.
And in
Probably
German.
yours because you seem very stubborn. But they're definitely going to learn German,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
because that's where you live. It's if you didn't want them to learn German, why would you pick Germany? I just don't
numbnuts, dude.
understand. So
Idiot.
fucking stupid.
We'll finish the story before I go off on this.
Yeah,
break.
sorry. Okay. So that it would be unfair for my other kids who only speak one language, and they would feel excluded when they come over to the house because the house would have too many languages for them to feel comcomfortable. That's the most
This ain't
American
no
thing I've
fucking
ever
video
heard.
game settings where it's like choose
They're
your language. You are just speaking German for the rest of the day.
They're in fucking Germany, bro. I'm sure they're expecting to hear German.
No.
You stupid
They're American to the
motherfucker.
core, Sean. They
Then don't go visit your dad in Germany, man.
Boy, I am
so
sorry, Josh.
No, that's okay. She asked if I was being serious about all of this, and I told her that of course I was. And she did something that I didn't expect she would do. She told me that she should have known better when I told her I hadn't learned German, and she should have expected this. She said that she needed time to think and went to her apartment. I'm only trying to think of all my kids, and I don't think that I'm in the wrong here. I did
You're
anything
no
wrong.
fucking wrong.
I genuinely thought I
wrong,
was
bro.
right, but her reaction took me by surprise, and I don't know anymore. Am I really the asshole for not wanting my potential child to learn more than one language?
Yes. You're a dick
Yeah,
bag. You're a terrible father for wanting to limit your kids' possibilities of learning.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
I feel bad roasting because I feel like he's just dumb.
Yeah, true.
Like he's just not. I feel like he's not being like intentionally malicious. I think he's just a legit idiot. Like I think he's dumb.
I think he's like, yeah, like he's like, oh, other languages confuse me. It'll confuse my child. He doesn't understand
Yeah.
that if they grow up with these languages, that won't be confusing to them.
No.
You know what I mean?
I don't fucking like. She said it's a legit thing, and then instead of like, okay, like let's research it together and find the best plan to learn all 3 languages, you're just shut it down immediately.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's confused. The baby would be confused for sure.
It's goo goo gagaing in 3 different languages. I'm not going to understand what it wants.
Oh my God.
No way.
Let me try to give y'all like perspective from like an immigrant who had to learn English. Okay.
Would love to hear this, actually. Yes.
All right. So when I was in the Philippines, when I first moved to the States, I had this really crazy like cultural identity. Like I was suffering like cultural identity because when I first moved to the country, they're just like, you have to speak English. Like
Right.
that's the native language. So
Or
like
Spanish.
I tried
They sometimes
so-
accept
or Spanish,
Spanish.
yeah. So I was struggling so hard to just be like, okay, I need to learn English. And that was my focus for like the 5 years that I first moved there. Learn how to
Right.
speak English, drop the accent because it's funny, you know? And then at the same time, like I've started being surrounded with a lot of people within my same culture, like Sean's Filipino. I started hearing that their parents didn't even teach them how to speak Tagalog, or they don't understand it. So now they're going to like take classes to learn how to speak the native language that they should have been taught. So now they're like, man, I feel bad that I don't know how to speak my own language. Like,
Right.
and that's just such a huge cultural identity that you're missing. And this is what I see too. Every time I go travel like elsewhere, and it goes to a lot of Americans. Americans tend to want the world to revolve around them.
I would say Western.
Let's go with Western.
The
sure.
Western nations.
So if you don't speak, if you go like, let's say I went to Europe, and you know some of them are when I went to Spain, like a lot of them were speaking Spanish or like Portuguese.
Yeah.
Americans would like, or Western tourists would just be like, well, I don't understand that. Like speak, like, you know, I'm like, dude, if you're gonna go visit somewhere, try to like assimilate yourself to that culture. Don't expect everyone else to like cater to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'd hate to call him dumb. I just think he's ignorant. You know, like he's
fair.
not accepting that for your child to know German, English, and whatever the native tongue of your wife is, you're setting up that child to be a man of culture. And if like, let's say they want to go to another country, and if you're an expat, chances are you're going to take that lifestyle with that kid with you. Just like, hey, you're going to travel the world. You're going to appreciate all these cultures. The more languages you know, the more well-represented you are, the more probably like you see the world in a different perspective as just someone who's just like, all I do is speak English. I'm just American, you know, straight up. And that's
Everyone else
And-
needs to speak English.
yeah, everyone needs to speak English. And
Yeah.
you're just robbing your kid an opportunity to like enrich themselves as humans.
No, I agree.
That's my rant.
There's a few things I want to hit on there. So your part about saying that kids who didn't learn Tagalog from their parents, that's kind of sad. Like that they came to
It
America
is.
and then we're like, no, we have to teach our kid only English because they won't be accepted here if they don't. And
You're looking at him.
well, there you go, Sean. Yeah, I was just about to ask you if
Sean's an example.
I don't know shit.
well, is that because your parents were like, we want him to learn English so that he doesn't feel out of place, or is it just what you picked up because they didn't teach you?
They just didn't teach me.
Okay.
I don't think they like intentionally were like, let's never teach this motherfucker.
This idiot won't
it just didn't
understand
happen.
languages.
Yeah, I mean, they spoke Tagalog in front of me. My dumbass didn't pick it up.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that can like understand just because their parents spoke it all the time. But you know me, y'all know I'm a dumbass. So yeah, I don't know. I know words. I don't know full sentences.
That's fair. That's like me in French. I had to take French all throughout like elementary school and stuff, and then I know words here and there, and I could piece together a sentence. But other than that, I couldn't speak it or write it or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
But and the last thing I wanted to say was that you're living in Europe. Most people in Europe know at minimum 2 languages because they need to for either work or, you know, living situation, whatever it happens to be. They have to know multiple languages. And I know a lot of our listeners know multiple languages who are from Europe. And it's very helpful to know so that you can be more employable or
Facts.
or even just like get to know more people in Europe, because a lot of people speak different languages. And so if you speak multiple languages, there's a good chance that the person you're going to be speaking to will also speak that language. So limiting them is just going to hinder them later on in life. And your other 2 kids they can learn a different language. Like they can learn German, they can learn your wife's native tongue. So don't restrict your one kid because your other kids don't know other languages.
And that's just a fucking excuse. The other kids
is.
don't give a shit if this baby learned 2 other languages. They'll be like, that's fucking tight. They're not going to be like, damn, this baby's fucking too smart. Fuck this baby.
Yeah, you just
Like they don't give a shit.
No.
It's just he's insecure that he hasn't
that's
learned
the word.
German.
Yeah.
That's the word, Sean.
Also, the kid
Yeah.
will speak English, so it will still be able to communicate.
Yes.
So
I don't know what the
understand.
No, he's just gonna be paranoid and be like, "These motherfuckers are talking behind my
He's
back. I
thinking,
fucking
fuck?
know it in that native tongue. I know you motherfuckers."
Where is that coming from that, oh my, this kid will not be able to bond with my other two kids? Like, where is that coming
So
from?
wild. So wild.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Also, before we end, what's the difference between an expat and an immigrant? Why is it always expat?
Yeah, I never heard that term either.
So an expat is
That's like an
typically like
American
an
thing.
American living elsewhere.
Yeah,
as
but
opposed to an
motherfucker,
immigrant.
you're an immigrant, bro.
But they just like to call it expats.
Well, then call all these people coming to our country expats. Don't be a fucking.
Oh,
this
I
is
see.
weird.
Yeah.
That is weird. I've never.
It is
Yeah.
an Americanized term.
Is it like an expatriate or some
Oh.
shit? I don't know. It's fucking weird.
So he's even more of
Yeah.
a dumbass.
Yes.
Holy shit.
I'm like, wait, are all our parents just expats?
Yeah. I
You
guess
know,
so.
yeah, fuck you, man. As soon as you opened up with, "Oh, I'm an expat," I was like, "Oh, here we go, motherfucker."
So yeah, this guy's definitely an asshole. I don't know if we said that, but
It's an
he's
ignorant
a,
asshole.
He's an
for sure.
ignorant asshole.
Yeah.
Who's restrict-
Whenever John said, "I hate to call him dumb," I was in my head like, "I don't. You're fucking dumb."
You're a dumb asshole. All right. On that dumb asshole note, we're gonna hit an ad break. Maybe you'll
That
get to hear
transition.
Sean reading out that Manscaped ad.
Ooh, or another ad.
Yeah, talking about
another
sacks and blowing out backs or something like that. I don't know.
Some shit. That's good. That's good shit right there. Coming from the sex master, John.
Yeah. So
gosh.
enjoy Sean's soothing voice.
Hey, Wikimaniacs. Contrary to popular belief, clean luxury skincare doesn't have to break the bank. Alder New York, a queer and woman-owned independent skincare brand, makes skincare products with dermatologist-approved ingredients and plant-powered actives starting at just $7.99. Their products are designed to work for all skin types, no matter your age, gender, or ethnicity. Loved by editors at Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, GQ, Men's Health, and more, experience the products that Allure calls simple, sleek, and highly effective. Did I mention their cleansing body bar made with 1% glycolic acid and sea kelp won at the Self Healthy Beauty Awards? No? Well, if you want to buy that award-winning cleansing body bar, use our code REDDIT for 15% off your first order at aldernewyork.com. That's right, 15% off your first order at aldernewyork.com with our code REDDIT. Get products that not only look great on your shelves, but look even better on your skin. Thanks, Wikimaniacs.
All right.
Sacks.
We are back from the sack.
We all
Good
just
time.
shaved each other in between.
Shaved each other.
That's actually what the live show is going to be. If we,
Yeah. In different languages.
yeah. It'll be all John though.
Yeah.
Oh,
John's
no.
just talking
Josh is going to
different
speak some French.
languages.
Then
Fromage?
Sean is just here.
I'll try some Spanish.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, nice.
I'll try it. Won't be good.
Neither will my French, so it'll be okay. All right, let's hop into our fourth story. So, am I the asshole for leaving in the middle of a celebration because of the toast my husband gave? So,
It's got to be bad what was said.
Husbands, can say some. I mean, wives too. Alcohol is involved. A party is involved. A toast. It could go poorly. I could see why you'd be
you
mad.
could say some shit out of pocket for sure.
We say a lot of shit out of pocket.
Absolutely. We said a lot of bad things about expats.
Did you not just hear my ad?
Yeah, true. So this one comes from Stevie on Instagram. So thank you, Stevie, for sending this in. Let's hop into the story. So I, 25-year-old female, married my husband, 31-year-old male, 3 years ago. I am currently pregnant with our first baby together. We found out it's a girl, and my in-laws wanted to invite us for a dinner for a gender reveal announcement and celebration. We got there, saw many relatives coming to congratulate us and celebrate. It was bigger than expected, which made me nervous because I'm not a fan of being around many people. I feel that if we ever do a live show, I'm going to be just crying in the back.
Sweaty balls.
Sweating balls. Yeah. I'll have to use my Manscaped deodorant down there.
Wow. The ball deodorant.
The ball deodorant.
We are shilling
with
like
the-
big time.
The
Right
perfect package. 4.0.
How many takes did you have to do for you to memorize that shit, bro?
That was one take and
Yeah.
I was reading, but I also recorded it the day before. And then before I
Oh,
recorded
yeah.
that whole video, I had I got cut off like 3 times from my shitty laptop. So
boy.
truly a miracle that got out at all.
All right. So we sat at the dinner table and I barely ate. I was feeling so much anxiety and was sort of upset. My husband didn't warn me about how many people were coming, but I tried to stay calm and collected. After the announcement and in the middle of the celebration, my husband wanted to give a toast. He opened a bottle and poured a drink and wished that our daughter would be happy, healthy, but look nothing like me.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah. Everyone
What that
at the-
mean though?
Yeah, what does that mean, John?
Motherfucker, that's
Why
your
would
wife,
you say
bro.
that shit?
Everyone at the table laughed. I sat there staring in shock while he kept laughing with them. I felt so much rage and anxiety, and it was getting out of hand. I got up, took my purse, and made my way out. His mom followed me, asking if I was okay. I told her I just wanted to go home. He came to the door asking what was wrong. That's when we started arguing. He said this was a joke toast and that my reaction was over the top. But the thing is, ever since I got pregnant, he kept hinting he doesn't want our daughter to look like me. He even
God.
He even once got up in the morning and the first thing he told me was how much he wished our daughter looked nothing like me. It hurt me while I'm already dealing with low self-esteem and anxiety. I wanted to go home, but he said I was being a baby and that I should learn to take a fucking joke.
You need to
No.
take a boot
If
up
you
your
ever
ass.
have to say learn how to take a fucking joke, then
Your
You're
joke
fucking in the
sucks.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, your joke wasn't good,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's all these comedians crying, oh, these people can't take a joke. It's like,
It's
yeah,
comedy.
it's comedy. You can't just hide behind that if you're a fucking piece of shit. I said he made everyone laugh at me, but he defensively said it didn't warrant me walking out on dinner and being so disrespectful to the relatives who came to celebrate and share our joy. I went home and he called me many times telling me to get my insecurities in check before I pass them on to our daughter.
Oh boy,
Divorce,
I fucking
motherfucker.
hate this guy.
Yeah. He urged me to get
Fuck this
therapy
guy.
and stop acting so dramatically like
You
how I
need to
did
get
in front of his
therapy.
family. I think leaving dinner wasn't the best solution, but I just got overwhelmed. So am I the asshole?
No.
No, you're pregnant. And when you're pregnant is not the time for a fucking joke toast or a roast or whatever the fuck that is.
No.
You need to be fucking supportive. Also, what kind of psychotic behavior is waking your wife up to be like, God, I hope our child doesn't look like you? What the
so
fuck?
fucked
Are
up.
you fucking
It's so
the
fucked
first
up.
thing you say in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Before she's had coffee, or I guess she can't have coffee. She's pregnant. What a terrible thing to
Whatever.
say any time of the day, no matter what.
I could maybe understand like a roast or a joke toast if it was like you open it up with roasting other people and then you get to her. But
Yeah.
like the fact that you've been saying it the whole pregnancy and then
yep.
do it again in front of everybody, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You are dumb. I hope you get divorced. You should not be in your daughter's life, your wife's life. Yeah, you fucking suck, dude. I don't know.
And the shitty part is, if the daughter ends up looking like the mother, are you going to resent your daughter?
But
Like,
also,
is-
shouldn't you find your wife
Attractive.
Like that should be the base.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
my guy, if you better fucking coming out looking like damn Chris Hemsworth
yeah.
for you to even
Unless-
say shit like that.
okay.
Even if you look like that, you don't say that
Yeah, I
shit
was
to your
gonna say.
wife.
Okay, you never say that shit to your
No,
wife, of
no,
course.
or
But I'm just
husband,
saying,
whatever.
like maybe the attractiveness wasn't a thing. Maybe it was like an arranged marriage or something like that.
Even
but
still.
even then,
Even still.
there's no excuse
No.
to say shit like that.
You're just degrading your wife to degrade her every day by the sounds of it.
You don't,
which is shitty.
you don't say that shit to anybody.
No.
Especially your wife.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, what does that accomplish? Does it just make you feel better that you get to tear your wife down? That's all it is, right? Because there's no other explanation as to why you would do that.
I
there's none.
honestly, it makes zero fucking sense.
None.
Like, what's your end game, dude?
Oh.
To have a fucking pissed off wife?
Yeah. An
'Cause
ex-wife.
That's not fun.
Better be an ex-wife.
Or an ex-wife.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
god damn.
Hopefully, I don't want this guy near you at all.
No.
Man.
Yeah. He told you to get therapy, but I think he needs to get therapy. Can I use the clip? Let's try it. We're going to do this.
Do you edit this smoother? Does this get edited
it's all,
smoother?
it's still just, this dude needs to,
Get therapy.
there we go. Okay. We did it. Smooth. No problem. Definitely edit
Wow.
that to sound clean and nothing wrong with that. But yeah, fuck this guy. I hope
For
he,
real.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one else fucks this guy because he's
Don't fuck this guy.
Nice.
Don't fuck this guy, please, because he's probably gonna call you ugly or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this
And
that Andrew Tate guy? I have a feeling this is that Andrew Tate guy. God
I wanted to
damn.
Andrew take.
Tate. We reacted
Tate?
to one of his videos actually on. It
Yeah,
was
it's
one of
that
the ones
one-
where you were angry.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's one of those
Fuck
fools.
that.
He's the bald
Bald
guy
dude.
with glasses
Yeah, bald dude with the glasses.
who
over
assaulted his wife
TikTok.
or girlfriend.
I lost all of that.
Good.
I deleted that out of my memory.
Good.
That's good, Sean. That's good. That's healthy, I think. All right, so you're definitely not the asshole. Leave your husband so that your daughter has a strong
Presence.
presence.
Well,
yeah, doesn't have a terrible father in her
parental
life.
figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible dad. Jesus.
Horrible,
Christ.
horrible. All right, on to our fourth and final story before we move on to our Patreon story. So, am I the asshole for kissing my friend's brother without his consent during a truth or dare?
Oh yeah. Just
Wait.
I already heard no consent.
Good. So this one's listener submitted, but they asked to keep it anonymous. I mean, fair. I wouldn't want to be connected to this one either. So yesterday I was supposed to spend the night at my friend's house with some of my classmates and we were playing truth or dare. There really is no reason for us to choose truth since we already know a lot about each other. So we mostly just went with dare. I mean, that's every truth or dare,
Almost
right?
every truth or dare
Yeah.
party.
So it was pretty fun and we had some weird challenges. I was staying next to my friend's brother, and when it was my turn, a classmate challenged me to kiss him. My sister immediately told my friend to change the dare, and so she did. To be clear, her brother did not say anything when he heard the dare and just laughed. So he definitely looked like he was okay with it, right? Well, that's wrong because after I kissed him, he told me, "What the fuck am I doing?" and looked at me like he was really grossed out by it. I was honestly a bit offended and asked him why is he so grossed out by me kissing him. I'm actually pretty okay looking girl, and even if I wasn't, there was no reason for him to act like this. Just flip that to male and female for a moment and just think about that for a second. Just
Yep.
think about how fucked
Oh,
up that
man.
is.
I agreed.
He ended up leaving the game, and my friend told me that what I did was wrong on so many levels and to get out of her house. My other classmates didn't say anything, so I think they were on my side but didn't want to participate in this argument. I will
I
ask
don't
them.
think so. I don't think so.
I will ask them when I go back home. Anyway, I did not end up leaving. Do you guys think I was the asshole here? Also, please do not comment yet before you read this.
This is listener submitted?
This is Reddit, but a listener submitted the Reddit story.
Oh. And I was about to roast. Oh man. I thought that was the one.
No. It's not a listener. Thank God. So they say, can you do me a small favor? I used a throwaway account for privacy reasons, but the thing is, if the post blows up, there is a high chance my friend will see this. Could you please, instead of commenting, DM me your judgments, whether you're an asshole? I'm going to accept the judgment as per rule 3, but it's just weird if my friend sees this. Now you can go in on them and then I'll give you the update after.
Oh my God. It's probably very popular. Strictly for that last part is, yeah, you're, I don't know, not aware of, yeah.
Social
It's
norms?
just like, yeah, I don't, especially when they changed the dare, you went for the kiss anyway.
Yeah.
The dare was changed. It was, nobody was asking for that.
Yeah.
It was over. And then you went under your own liberty and kissed somebody. I mean, there are plenty of reasons. You guys sound like you're young. If you're playing Truth or Dare and having a sleepover, it sounds like you're probably young. What if it was the friend's brother's first kiss? You know what I mean? And now he was like, well, that's not what I wanted. And, you know, there are a plethora of reasons. Even if you are not bad looking, as you say, just because you're attractive doesn't mean everyone would welcome
An unsolicited
Yeah.
kiss.
Unsolicited
Yeah.
kiss is
Yep.
unsolicited
key.
anything from you.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the fact that you were offended afterwards, fucking
Was weird.
take a fucking. Your ego is fucking humongous. Relax. It's not about you.
It gave me nice guy vibes, and it's like, oh, I didn't want to kiss you anyway. I just did it because of the dare. I don't find you
Yeah, the dare.
attractive.
Even though they changed the dare, even though nobody wanted me to fucking kiss you in the first place.
You don't find me attractive? What?
Yeah, I think Josh said it perfectly already. Like, if you had flipped the script and a guy was like, oh, I'm not that bad looking, so I'm going to just kiss a girl without
Yeah.
their consent, it would be a shitstorm. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're on the wrong here, buddy.
I'll
You're
say
on the wrong.
this. You're an asshole for sure. But like Sean said, it does sound like you're young. So, you know, you're going to learn from this. And
Yeah.
I hope you do better in the future and avoid this because, I mean, this is technically sexual assault if we want to break it down.
Oh, it is.
And hopefully, again, you learn from this and you know, become a better person from this into your adulthood. And yeah, like it is shitty. You're an asshole. I feel bad for the kid that got kissed because he really sounded like he didn't want it. Because like Sean said, there could be a plethora of reasons why he didn't want that. You don't need to know his reasons.
Yup.
So yeah, asshole for sure.
Update, baby.
So it's not technically an update. They added some edits to it. So like I said, they added that small little paragraph at the end being like,
stop commenting.
Don't blow
Stop
this
commenting.
up. No, this was before they even posted. This was during their post. So it's still.
Yeah, I know.
But they were like, don't.
I'm saying that the edit is like, stop, please.
So the first edit. Oh, come on, guys. This post is number 1 in rising now. Could you please do as I asked you? Would you be okay posting on this subreddit just to get comments full of you're the asshole? And your friends see them and laugh at you? Edit number 2. Hey, mods, please check your inboxes. I sent you a message. It's urgent. Edit 3. Okay, the mods responded about auto mods and they basically told me to suck it up and deal with it. Guys, please just do as I asked you. I accept the judgment.
Can't you just delete it?
You can absolutely just delete it.
So what?
They don't want to delete it, I bet, because they probably look. I wonder
The
if,
Reddit points, they're probably loving it.
I wonder if like that reverse psychology works for people. Hey, do not listen to our podcast. Do not share it with your friends.
Oh, 0 downloads. That's so funny. I just wanted to share that because it was funny. It had nothing to do with the story.
That reminds me of that tweet. It was like an old lady tweeting, and she wrote
I've
like
seen that shit.
something hot pics. and then she comments. She replied, delete. And then she replied, delete. And then she replied, I thought I deleted this. I was looking for pictures of
Something like weather.
hot weather,
Yeah.
That's so,
not sexy pictures.
that's so funny. Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
The internet is a wonderful and weird spot. So I love
It
it.
can be good sometimes.
It can be good sometimes. Mostly bad. But
mostly awful. Mostly awful.
But that is it for this episode. What did you think of Wikimaniacs? Were these people assholes? Let us know down in the comments on YouTube or on our website. If you want to hear more, please consider subscribing to the show and giving us a rating and review on whatever platform you are on, or you can share the podcast with a friend. And don't forget, you can submit your own Am I the Asshole stories to us using our email at RedditOnWikiPod or sending us a DM on Instagram at RedditOnWiki. And if you want that final story, you can go to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. Sign up to get ad-free episodes and extra stories every Friday. So thank you, Wikimaniacs, for listening. And thank you, Sean and John, for coming on today and giving your takes. We will see you on Monday.
We love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power. For the 5th time, it's your boy Sean.